Okay, well, I didn't get to the pub last night. Instead, I had to get back to the campsite to get something. And when I got back, I was so tired, and I just finished up, even though I'm not a football fan, listening to the extra period in the England game on the radio, and I was quite disappointed, unfortunately, with the way the England side are not playing any better. So that's what happened there. And I did come out here earlier on today, about an hour ago approximately, but I came back because I thought there was a technical problem. Just when the camera was turned on, there was no picture, till I found when I got back that the viewfinder that was not totally plugged in properly. But earlier on when I was up here, apart from the birds that I've just shown you here now, there was a whole series of what I'd call garden birds join them up there, and I'm going to go up there in a minute, but obviously I didn't want to frighten them off, so before going up there I've done. Okay, I believe this is called Horse Point where I am at the moment. Tide is going out by the looks. Still hear those birds that I could see a few minutes ago. I'm trying to spot them, but have to leave it in a minute, I suppose. Can't spot everything. Okay, we have another one up here, which I believe our boatman told us on Monday is called a shag. I believe it is, I might be wrong. Didn't want to go too far in case it just hops it and goes. Let's have a look at this little rock island up here. Nice little rock pool here. Okay, showing you where I was a minute or so ago, and this terrific rock formation here, and this is more or less where I am heading. Out in front of me you've got Bishop's Rock Lighthouse. Okay, I've come quite considerable way onto the rocks. I'm not going to go any further because some of the tide is actually going into some of the rocks at the front where I was a moment ago. Show you along there. Well, that was quite an experience going over those rocks. And this is the sort of bay part or beach part from the other side. Okay, another view from the bay. This rock formation in front of me. there's no one to my right actually. I'm scanning around the bay on a cove, as you might want to call it here, and straight ahead is Rock Lighthouse. Quite near from here, but I expect it's further away than you think. Okay, another angle. There's some goals on this rock here. And that's the bay I'm heading for in a minute. Okay, another view now of the bay, and just behind me, I'll show you, is the lighthouse. Although I've never seen a flashing light in there, so I'm not sure whether it's operational anymore. Okay, looking back on where I've just been, and where I'm going to from here. Oh, some gold sitting on that rock there. This one here, I believe, is called St Warner's Cove. Okay, I think there's a goal up there. Right, reason why I actually stopped here was to show you this artistic type of structure in front of me. Interesting, you do get a few people spend a bit of time doing things with stones around here. Right, two birds have just landed down here very conveniently at the point where I was going to start recording. I'll leave them just one moment though and show you where I've just been. A woman told me a few minutes ago that she just see the gull fish out a starfish, and those little birds seem to have gone. Never mind. This rock structure behind me. Okay, looking over from where I've just been with the campsite there. This is Blanket Bay here. Over there, right at the end, it's called Barrel of butter. Okay, just before I get to the next point, a load of birds having a bit of fun in the pond there. Okay, I'm on the barrel of butter, as they call it, or as I prefer it, margarine. I didn't want to go all the way down to those rocks at the end. This took a long while to negotiate these rocks up here, and it is technically an island when it's cut off by the sea when it's high tide, but I've come here because William Wagstaff said on the voyage to Thanet that he saw some porpoises around about the marker that I'm going to show you in a minute. Right, I haven't seen anything like that at the moment, but on the rock in front of me there is a large colony of birds. And they certainly do not look like seagulls. In fact, from this way they could be puffins, I'm not sure. Okay, found a rock to rest the camera on to get a better view, a close up. Okay, a view across there, the lighthouse, St Agnes. Quite a beautiful view you've got here actually when you're sailing around the island, as I was on Monday. Now of course these stones here and the ones behind me, I have to emphasise they are a real hazard trying to get through. Unless you're really careful, you could break your neck, so be careful. Okay, may not have mentioned it, but that part is the furthest part west, or technically speaking. Of course it is one of 3 islands on St Agnes, at the furthest point west that one can go along the inhabited islands anyway. And this program has been from the start about travelling along the coast of Cornwall, starting off from St Agnes in North Cornwall up to the part where it meets Devon, and then Penley Point in the south, opposite Plymouth Sound, down to here the Isles of Scilly, and to continue going out west or southwest. Now I've been as far virtually as Bishop Rock Lighthouse, but no further, not exactly to Bishop Rock Lighthouse as such, but there's something I want to actually tell you about the danger of this island just over here, the second island. This one here, it's not swampy, but the grass is long, and you may think, well, that's the bottom of the grass, but your feet just sink into it, so I'd be very careful here. Looking over there, I believe that is Crim Rocks, which is the furthest point west in the Isles of Scilly. And I had asked about if I could get a boat out there, but they didn't know in the post office on St Agnes. If I can get a boat out there before I go back, I will. Otherwise I hope to come back there another time to do this and perhaps edit it into what I'm going to do after leaving the Isles of Scilly. I wanted to go on that grass bit up to the end of the grass part there. Obviously I did not want to go onto the rocks. I could go through the rocks to get up there, but it takes a long while. But it's unfortunately got another one of these barbaric electric fences, so you cannot go through there, unfortunately. While I am doing my program around the coast, when a wrong suddenly appears and I'm in the position to expose that wrong, I will. Now this wall here is where the ramblers climb over, and next to it is another one of these barbaric electric fences, and if you follow the line of where the walkers are supposed to go, you can see up there it's all overgrown, and on this side now you can see there's a designated path, and this type of situation is obviously not good enough for ramblers and possibly breaking the law. Well, I found a way round from the adjacent field where I just showed you a minute ago to get to this part that was cut off by an electric fence, and this is Port Goose. This stretches down here. I neglected to tell you. And they're not the gooses, the geese gooses, they are the gulls. Plenty of them about. I won't be going to the end there because it's a long journey going up these places, and I do want to finish pretty soon. Rock pool just down below me. There was one thing, I don't know what it was, something kept splashing whenever I went past the same pool. I never saw anything, I just saw a splash. Okay, practically coming to the end of the tour. Right, this part here is called PATHECTIC. And that is Cully May Point over there. Lots of bird noises out here at the moment. And over here, they call it Porth Conga, that stretch between St Agnes and the island of Gow. That is the part where I'm virtually finished, where I landed on the boat yesterday as well. Okay, you have the Spirit of St Agnes boat just going out over there, and looking over here, this is the place where I landed at yesterday, and over there is the bar, as they call it. Virtually the part where I started this recording yesterday, although to my right over here we have, where is it now? A real bar. There it is, the local pub. And just one more thing before I leave this section. Over there is St Mary's, and that's where the boat is going to, I presume, at the moment. Right, down there is where I started yesterday, just over 24 hours ago, or roughly 24 hours ago. So St Agnes is now finished. It's rather sad to say, although I am glad to be finished it now, so I can have some tea right around the whole perimeter of the island and view as well over to the right. Now there will be no more to be done on the Isles of Scilly unless I take a boat trip out to one of the islands. It depends, obviously there won't be any from here. I'm hoping to get back to St Mary's, and I didn't want to take one tomorrow boat to St Mary's, but they haven't got any on Sunday. Now they've got a lifeboat day on Sunday at St Mary's. Maybe I'll show a few minutes of that. Apart from that, everything's finished around the Scilly Isles, unless I should spot something unusual, and of course I will endeavour to get that. Apart from that, there will be my vigilance on the ready on the Celonian ferry, heading back on Monday towards Penzance, trying to spot wildlife in the sea there. Okay, I just discovered this beautiful garden here to show you just before hopefully I do finish.